So we were all collectively slapped in the face with one, like the giant hand from Super Smash Brothers. It just smacked the entire wrestling community in the face because they went and broke up the Hurt Business. And I knew it was coming. It is not something that came out of the blue. Again, they have been teasing dissension between Cedric and Shelton for several weeks, and then they stopped. And then all of a sudden, these guys were just job guys out of nowhere. And now we're here, you know. Now, this is very interesting, despite the fact that I don't like it. I did like the execution. I did like the characterization. So let's talk about that. So MVP's official announcement of the Hurt Business is to restate the challenge that anybody who takes out Drew McIntyre will get the title match. We'll talk about Drew McIntyre in a separate video because I think that's a little aside from here. I think I'm gonna be able to get enough out of this to be able to talk about that separately. But the important thing is they wanted to address Shelton and Cedric, and Lashley wanted to address Shelton and Cedric. He told them, "Look, you guys are embarrassing. You're embarrassing me. You're tarnishing my legacy. I cannot associate with incompetence. You guys are incompetent. I can't trust you anymore." They get offended. Cedric is like, "You brought us out here for this? We could have did this in the back. We could have did this in private." And Shelton was like, "Yeah, we could have did this in private. Like, why are you talking to me like this?" And MVP is trying to talk to me like, "Look, I don't talk to me like that. You wouldn't have been WWE champion without me." Well, he said us. You wouldn't even be WWE champion without us. We were the backbone of the Hurt Business. And then Cedric, he's chirping in the back, and Lashley, and he's kind of standing there, and he's not liking what he's hearing. And MVP is Shelton's boy. They friends. And Shelton is bowing up on MVP, and MVP got this cane, and he's like, "Bro, what's going on?" And then Lashley just said, "Fuck it," and he just boom nails Cedric, knocks him down. Cedric bails, essentially. Then Shelton and Lashley, they get to tangling, And then afterwards, Shelton kind of rolls out. Cedric kind of grabs him like, "Okay, cool it out. And then Lashley gives us the death nail that the Hurt Business is no more. And I was furious. This was the beginning of the end. This show technically ended at about 8:15. I don't even know what was going on about 8:15. I'm pretty sure the Hurt Business probably just broke up. And I was like, it only gets worse from here. And boy, did it get bad. It got bad real fast. But this makes sense. This makes sense. It makes narrative sense. And what I mean by that is you've got this guy in Bobby Lashley who, as he said, he worked his entire life to get to this point. And now you guys are making me look bad. I run around with you guys. I'm vouching for you guys. I'm telling everybody that you guys are some of the top guys in the business, and you guys lose. 2-on-1, you lose. You embarrassed me. At that same time, Shelton also has a good point. The Hurt Business was a team. Everybody worked together. Yeah, they did some help when it comes to Lashley winning the title. They helped him build momentum, They gave him the vision. They were his backbone. They were there for him. Whatever that means. MVP, was the mouthpiece. Cedric was the young boy. Shelton was the grizzled veteran. They each had a role to play. They each, the victory, while it was kind of MVP and Lashley making backdoor deals with the Miz and all that type of stuff, it was important that they played their part. They played their part too. And Shelton's like, "Look, I've been in this business a long time. Don't talk to me like I'm a little kid. You can't play me like that. Talk about we're embarrassing you. And I thought this was excellent. I thought the breakup was excellent. Specifically, Cedric Alexander. He was great. Cedric left Shelton. When Shelton got, and Lashley was banging it out, Cedric could have helped. He didn't. Later on, Cedric Alexander Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin, they're fuming. They're breathing fire. Okay? They go up to Adam Pearce and they say to Adam Pearce, we want to fight Lashley. Specifically, Shelton Benjamin wants to fight Lashley. This is what Cedric Alexander says. He wants to fight Lashley, and if there's anything left, I'll fight him next week. So you see how Cedric is kind of manipulating Shelton in this situation? You know? So Shelton is just so mad. He's not paying no attention to this shit. Right? He's not even thinking about this. But Cedric is making sure. That Cedric is safe. But at the same time, he's still being kind of ballsy. Because he's going up to Adam Pearce like, oh, you got to ask Lashley? Like you got to ask Roman Reigns? You know, like, who makes the matches? You make the matches, make the match. You make the matches, you're the matchmaker, make the match. Do it, where's your balls? Make the match. Adam Pearce is like, makes the match. Shelton Benjamin versus Lashley did not have enough time. For starters, I wouldn't have even done this match on this show. I would have had Adam Pearce say, you got to fight him next week. You know, next week, give people something to wait for. And then give them 15 minutes, 12 minutes or something like that. Instead, they was like, okay, all right, sure, whatever. And then gave them like 4 minutes. Bobby Lashley just beat Shelton Benjamin in like 4 minutes. Just beat him in like 4 minutes. Like he was a J-Brown. But pay a little bit more attention. You got Cedric Alexander. He's outside being a heel. You know, he's still being a heel. He's pulling the leg. He's trying to get the distraction. MVP's like, what are you doing? And Lashley also was coming outside the ring, chasing Cedric. Cedric is running away. You know, Cedric flees. Just left him. Left Shelton out. Left little homie on stuck in the middle of the ring. And, of course, you know, Lashley wins. And this is pretty much death knell of the Hurt Business. And I hated to see it. And I don't like how it was done. I don't like the idea of we're going to make Lashley just... Look, okay, let's back it up. It makes sense, again, narratively, that once the villain has everything that they want, you start to chip away at the Empire. Okay, now usually you don't do it so soon. Right? You don't do it like, oh, he's been champion 3 weeks. Now all of a sudden everything is going wrong. You know, that's a surefire sign that he's about to lose the belt too, by the way. Usually it takes some time before, you know, the chinks in the armor start to show. But the chinks in the armor of the Hurt Business was actually showing before Lashley won the title. When Cedric and Shelton were doing all that arguing, you know? And so it's been a long time coming. But the way they did it was okay. I still would have liked it if Shelton and Cedric hadn't started arguing. And if they would have blamed each other for losing that match. And that's what I mean by when I said the handicap match. The handicap matches don't ever get anybody over anyway. The only thing that happens is in a handicap match, the two people who lose look like jabronis, and the one person who wins looks like Superman, and everybody walks away hating both of them. Nobody likes Superman, and nobody likes J-Browns. So it doesn't do you any good. But ultimately, that match would have made a lot more sense if Cedric would have walked off. If Cedric would have been like, you know what? Fuck Shelton, and then left. You know, fuck you, I'm out of here. And then Shelton lost. And then when Lashley could say, you know, you guys let me down, you had a 2-on-1 advantage and y'all lost. And then Shelton could be like, this motherfucker walked off. You know, we could have beat him, you know, but he walked off. And I was distracted by the fact that he walked off. And then Cedric could be like, well, he wasn't listening to me. He trying to play me, trying to talk down to me. I'm not about to sit here and deal with that. I'm a grown man. And we could just go back and forth with that. And then they are the reason why, you know, and then one of them storms off. You know, Shelton or whatever is like, you know what? If I'm going to get blamed for losing a match where my partner walked off, and I'm tired of this dude anyway, forget this. I'm out. You know, then we could have played that out. We still, I know we still, we ain't got a lot of time left, but we still could have played that out. We still could have played that out where, maybe they could have tried to talk Sheldon into coming back, or they could have tried to try to talk to Cedric, to get his, get his mind right, trying to bring the team back together. But Lashley was like, look, you guys can't beat ringside at WrestleMania, so you're useless to me. And since that was the case, he just decided to beat him up. That's pretty much what I got out of this. Is that if you guys can't be at ringside, I have no use for you. And I was like, it's heelish, but at the same time, I don't see. Look, I think Shelton Benjamin walked away from this looking great. I do think Shelton Benjamin came away from this looking awesome. This was probably the best promo he's ever cut because he was very intense. He spoke from the heart. He sounded like he meant it. It was something real. He came across like I've been doing this longer than Lashley. I've been doing this longer than you. How y'all gonna talk to me like that? I'm the OG. I was here before MVP was here. That's an amazing story we could have drilled into. All that real estate that they didn't touch. It's just, that's the thing that frustrates me the most about WWE. You got 15 minutes for fucking game shows and stand-up comedy segments. You can't mine these little segments that you guys have with these storylines that you guys have. Tell me why Shelton is feels so disrespected. Show me Shelton Benjamin beating Chris Jericho, beating Christian, going toe to toe with Triple H. That he's the same fucking guy. Why are y'all the new booties? Why are you talking to me like that? Like, who are y'all? Just because you got a little something right now? I've been there, done that. I ain't never been the world champion, but I was close. Closer than you were before you actually got it. That could have been so much stuff we could have did throughout the night. But, just them two talking. Trying to talk it out. And Shelton just coming at him like, I don't like the disrespect. As the Hurt Business, we weren't supposed to be henchmen. We were supposed to be brothers. And I'm not feeling like we're brothers right now. I feel like you think I'm a henchman. Cedric could have been like, look, I joined you guys because I saw the success. If this what the success means is that I'm going to have to be a lackey, I don't want it. I'm not going to go from being bullied and kicked around by you guys on the outside to now being bullied and kicked around by you guys on the inside. Look at all that amazing story you just left. It's like having this incredible smorgasbord and all you can eat buffet. And you grab 2 biscuits and just walk away. Like, this motherfucker got a whole pot roast over here, whole turkey over here, macaroni and greens and collard greens and all that type of shit over here. You wanted 2 fucking biscuits and walked out. That's the kind of storytelling that WWE does. They take 2 fucking things. Okay, they're mad at each other. They're breaking up. It's like, how about we just explain why? Why is Shelton Benjamin so offended? Why is Cedric Alexander so offended? Why are they arguing with each other? We know why Lashley is angry. He said it. They lost the tag team title match. They lost the 2-on-1 match. They can't be ringside at WrestleMania. We know his side of the story. Now let's tell their side of the story. Let's tell the Cedric and the Shelton side of the story. Let's flesh them out some. Let's flesh them out. Like, we could use MVP to do it. We don't even need Lashley. We could use MVP. He's the power broker anyway. He could just go into the locker room. Shelton, what's going on, baby? Why are you acting like this? Like, we can't get down with this losing handicap matches stuff. And then Shelton just kind of slams his locker. And it's like, I've known you for a long time. I was in this company before you got here. listing all the things that he did, all his accomplishments, all the incredible memories that he created. I'm not going to let myself be belittled by Bobby Lashley. He's my young boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's not true, it could be something that people can gravitate towards, that could put some real heat and some real meaning into the fucking matches that they're going to have. Even though I know they're only going to have one match anyway. Right? Would have made more sense. People would have been like, damn, this was deep. You know? Now, granted, the story that they did, the story that they told on Raw was pretty typical. The Hurt Business it's a snake pit. You know, that's the story of MVP and Lashley, is that, you know, they're snakes. And this is the snake pit. And when they don't need you anymore, they cut you loose. I can buy that story 100%. I'm just saying, look at all the meat you left on this bone. That's all I'm saying. You told a short story where you could have told a novel. You know? You could have sprung this out over the course of weeks. You know, even through WrestleMania. You know? Even on the other side of WrestleMania, you could have still been telling this story. But, you know, that would require you wanting to do something different with these guys. And they don't want to do anything different with them. They just like having these guys as J-Bros. And that's not going to work, man. I love all of these guys. All these guys are great. RIP Hurt Business. The Hurt Business was fantastic while it lasted. Hopefully, it doesn't change too much now. You know, Lashley and MVP is gone. We're going to pivot to Cedric and Shelton, no doubt. You know, they're going to start fighting. Maybe they'll even have a match against each other at WrestleMania. It'll be Shelton Benjamin versus Cedric Alexander. That would be fun. But I would have preferred for you to put some meat on that bone first. You know, that's all I'm saying. They just left so much. You know, it's ridiculous. It's not even that. You could have broke the team up, but you could have just explained, you know, what's going on, and not had it happen all so fast. You know, had them come into blows immediately. You know, it's ridiculous, man. All right. Thank you guys for listening. Use the hashtag 3Count Commentaries to support the channel. There is a link tree in the description. It will take you to my Twitter account. It will take you to the Cash App. And it will also take you to Subscribestar, where you can subscribe to the channel and support the channel for $5 a month. If you can't afford $5 a month, you just want to send a couple of dollars, $2, $3, a smaller number, just hit the Cash App, send me $2 or $1 or whatever, and I appreciate that either way. Thank you guys for your time, and I'll talk to you guys later, man. Peace.